Hello geeks and gamers, it's Jeremy coming to you with another video, and we're going to talk about this crazy shit going on with... I'm so tired of talking about Rotten Tomatoes, trying to explain to people how Rotten Tomatoes works. It never fails. People just will never understand how Rotten Tomatoes works because they don't care to do research, they don't care about details, they don't care about facts. All they care about is what they read in a Facebook comment. So I have seen multiple YouTube channels that have a far bigger following, far more money, far more influence than Geeks and Gamers has. I've seen them trying to make excuses for why The Last Jedi has a low fan score. Unbelievable that this is actually going on. I can't believe that people that are supposed to be credible journalists, credible news information places are actually trying to make excuses for why The Last Jedi has a low fan score. Now, it also has a low fan score on Metacritic. It has the lowest fan score of any Star Wars film ever. It has like a 4.9 the last time I checked. The Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones both have a 5, and The Last Jedi has a 4.9. Here's what's going on, because I've heard them say, like, whether you can create bot accounts and people can do multiple accounts and people can spam it. No shit. They've been doing that for years on Rotten Tomatoes fan scores. This is no different. Nothing is different with The Last Jedi that didn't happen with Justice League, that didn't happen with Batman v Superman, that didn't happen with The Force Awakens, that didn't happen with any of these fucking movies. There is always going to be manipulation on these scores. This is not breaking news. The thing that people are trying to say now, though, is that suddenly, when a movie like Star Wars typically is in like the high 80s, low 90s on a fan score on Rotten Tomatoes, now because it's all the way in the 50s, now suddenly that's because of people trolling. No, that has nothing to do with this because people have been trolling Rotten Tomatoes fan scores for years. This has to do with one simple thing. It's really simple. And if you would take your head out of your asses long enough to smell something besides your own shit, you would realize that people just don't like this fucking movie. It's that simple. People are not liking The Last Jedi. I'm not saying everyone doesn't like it. I'm just saying, generally speaking, comparatively speaking to The Last Jedi and to Rogue One, people don't like The Last Jedi. It's not that hard to figure out. I like The Last Jedi. I think I've made like 3 fucking reviews on it, and I'm still trying to figure out where I stand on this movie. But I'm a mess when it comes to this movie because I just can't figure out how I ultimately feel. But as I'm sitting here right now, I like The Last Jedi. But people generally don't like this movie. That's why the fan score is so low. Not because some guy in his basement created a fucking bot account and tried to spam it. We can go back to The Dark Knight. There was some kind of online movement for like when people were trying to make The Dark Knight the highest rated movie on IMDb. These people don't have enough influence to make a 30 or 40 point impact on a site as big as Rotten Tomatoes in a matter of hours. If you look at the fan score, and I've followed the fan score for years. I try to follow the trends. I understand that it is a flawed number and it is manipulated all the time by fanboys and trolls. I understand how this shit works. But when you look, the first fan score I saw on The Last Jedi, because I checked it immediately after I saw it opening night. Now, some of you fucking YouTube channels, I wasn't cool enough to be at the premiere. So maybe that's why I'm not making excuses. I don't know why the hell you guys are making excuses, but I had to go see it like a regular human being on opening night and pay my regular money. So I might not be on your level, so I apologize for that. But I checked the fan score. I think the first thing when I woke up Friday morning, and it was already at like a 77%. And I was like, holy fuck. Like, because typically that midnight showing, wave comes in and it's all the fanboys, and they usually have it at like a 98, 97, and then you start seeing it trend down from there. But when I saw it at a 77, I was like, wow. And then it dropped to 73. And then it dropped to 60s. And then I made a video on this YouTube channel where I talked about, like, it's down to like 63, and it's probably going to drop below in the 50s before the end of the day. And that's exactly what happened. Why? Because people don't like the movie. You can like it. I can like it. That doesn't mean everybody else is going to like it. If you if you look online, like all of the response, all of the reaction, all of the fallout, there's a lot of people that are upset about this movie, and rightfully so. The movie has problems, and it's impacting some people more than others. But no, it's not bot accounts. It's not this manipulation that's affecting that fan score to that extent. Rotten Tomatoes has always dealt with manipulation. Rotten Tomatoes has always dealt with bots. Rotten Tomatoes has always dealt with fake accounts. So has Metacritic. So has IMDb. This ain't nothing new. This comes down to one simple thing. People don't like The Last Jedi as much as you do. Accept it, deal with it, move on with your life. You'll be okay. Have a great day, everyone.